Hey everyone, it's Pam from GlamJunkJournals, and today I'd like to do a tutorial, and I am calling this "What Can You Create with That?" And I'll tell you why I'm calling it that. The other day I was at a thrift store, and let me show you what I bought, and I kept going back to it, and I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of funky, but check it out, you guys. Look at that fabulous vest. Now, granted, definitely not my style, and you can tell it is quite vintage by the tag. But I'm thinking, okay, I really like these little squares. I like the colors, so just buy it. It was $2, right? Right. So let me show you another thing that I got along with that. I always look at clothes for the patterns and the fabrics and the textures, and I got this. This is a cute cropped, I don't know what you want to call this, like a bolero jacket. It was very cute and probably was cute on some young girl back in the day, or actually this one isn't that old. I think this is probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 years old, but I love this. It's kind of a brocade fabric. So that and that, now granted, these don't go together, but they kind of do because they both have pink and they both have black. So stay with me, you'll see where I'm going with this. And the last thing from a thrift shop that I got was this top, and I've already cut it up, but it was an off-the-shoulder top with crushed velvet from Forever 21. It was probably very cute back in the day, or not even, why do I say back in the day? I'm dating myself. Probably very cute on someone younger than me. So anyways, I thought, what can I create with these pieces? Well, let me show you. I did something this morning, and it did not take me that long. I created a journal cover. Hoo-hoo, check that out. And all from, get this ribbon off of here, those two little squares cut off from the vest. I know, craziness, right? So I've got the vest on this one, and I think that's all I used for this particular journal cover, so I'm excited about this. I'm going to show you how I made this, and it does not take long at all, just using what I have in my stash. And I highly encourage everyone to look at thrift shops for fabrics that, or clothes that have cool textures, fabrics, embellishments, appliques, all that stuff. So anyways, starting with this fabulous find, this just cracks me up. Okay, so what I did is I cut out the back. You guys can see I cut out the back panel, and this was the lining, so I cut it off there. So get rid of that guy. And on this bolero vest, I cut off the back portion, so you can kind of see the back's cut off. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I cut off the back, so it's a big square. All right, and then this sleeve, or I should say this blouse, I cut off the sleeve. Where's the sleeve? Or where was the sleeve? It was right here. So I cut that off. So I've got a square about like this. So we're gonna make something from that. Now, what I usually do is I think, okay, what's my journal, next journal? What's the size gonna be? And I use an old book that I have deconstructed kind of as a template, just as a guide. This one is 9.5 long and 6 across, and it's got about a 1-inch spine. Well, I don't do journals usually with 1-inch spines. Mine are usually between 2 and 3 inches. So just something to consider. What I started with was, for this last one, this is a bed sheet. This was actually, excuse me, a pillowcase. And I took my little book and I put it onto one side, and I like to have a little bit left over and on each side because I like to add maybe a little lace or trim or fold it over or something like that. So I cut my pillowcase so that it covers the front and the back and leaves room for the spine. Now if you look, I've got about 1 inch to 2 inches on the top and the bottom. And I also did that because I don't know when I get to actually putting my journal together whether I'm going to fold this up. I could cut it off. I could add some embellishments, some sort of trim hanging off of the bottom. So I like to have a little extra all the way around. So for that book, that is, what did I say this was? 9.5 by 6. I cut my pillowcase. There's 12. This is 15 inches across. And then down, it's about 11. And what I did on top of that is I put a piece of lace. Now the reason I did that, this was an old, what was this? A tablecloth. And I'll flip it over and I'll show you. Because I didn't know whether I wanted some of the lace to show through. And you can see a little bit up at the top and at the bottom. Now you don't have to do that. So the one that we're going to make today, we're just going to kind of go with this template and see what these little squares inspire us to go with. Aren't these cute? You'd never know it was on that funky vest, right? All right, so we're going to start. And this time I am using a piece of muslin. This is tea-dyed muslin. You can use anything. You can use a sheet, you can use an old shirt, muslin, I don't know, I would choose, just for me, a neutral, but hey, if you've got a color scheme you're going with, go with the color. And I do not have an iron in my craft room. It's downstairs and we're having some remodeling done, so everything is closed off, so I'm sequestered to my craft room. Oh darn, too bad for me, right? No. So anyways, that's not going to matter anyways. So let's think about this. I got a piece of lace out. Do I want that over the top? Because what we're doing is we're creating kind of like a collage again, but this time it's just going to be with fabric. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So let's just start with the muslin. So what I did for this particular journal cover is I went with my inspirational pieces again. Where are they at? This guy, check it out. I think that is so cool. And then here's part of that bolero vest. Looks good, right? Got some pink fabric, bringing in the fabrics. I've got another pattern. This is another upholstery type of fabric. I got that at a thrift store. So as you can see, I'm kind of going with the black and the pink and the cream. Then from there, I wanted something random. So I've got some dark, this is like cranberry. It's kind of a boho gypsy looking print. And here's that sleeve from that shirt. So we've got all that together. And then I did want to bring in some green. So I've got a green piece of, this is kind of an eyelet pattern. And then, just for fun, I don't know if we'll use some yellow to bring out the goldish yellow in this. So let's just start layering. Now this, since it's a small piece, is going to be on the top. Although this is my inspiration, so I'm going to, you know, leave it where I can see it. And I hope I'm in frame. I have a tendency to just start going to town and then I get out of frame. So what I'm going to do is, with my piece of muslin, I'm going to cut out some squares. And it doesn't matter how big or how little these squares are. We're just going to kind of start the layering process. So I'm going to do that. And then let's do some of this. And granted, like I said, you never know how it's going to turn out, but that's what's so much fun with doing this stuff, you guys, is I love doing this. I just love it. It's so fun. And see all these little frayed edges? That might be cool. Leave a couple of those hanging, right? Okay, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, this guy. See, and I like how on the sleeve it had some lace, so maybe I'll have that sticking out of the bottom like that down there. Yep. Okay. Now this might be a little big, so I'm going to cut some of that off and use that later. So we got that. Let's see what else we have. Oh yeah, this boho kind of gypsy looking fabric is very cool. I use this in my one of my gypsy journals and I love it. All right, so we got that going. Now, when I do these journal covers, I always think this right-hand side is going to be my front and this is going to be my back, because I'm just going to fold it over like that around my book. So that's what I start thinking about. And I don't embellish the backs of my books as much of the front, but you certainly could. Doesn't really matter, right? All right, so we're going to use a little bit of this greeny, this eyelet. And I don't cut all my squares the same size because I do like varying the size of my squares. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got some of this pink. I don't know. Let's see how we got that going there. Now, another thing to remember is this is just our base layer. Like on my one that I did this morning, as you can see, I added a lot of trim, ribbon. This is some more, what do you call this? I don't know, that's more fancy trim, ribbon. I added a brooch to it and applique and some felt. So really, it's kind of hard to tell what my base layer was, but you can, as you can see, you can kind of see the lace coming, or excuse me, this little bit of lace coming through there. There's a piece of yellow fabric. There's a green brocade, green and pink brocade there. And then on the back, oh yeah, on the back you can see a little better. It's kind of the same, there's that same napkin and another napkin. I think these were two of them from Pottery Barn. How cool, right? And on the top of it, as you can see, I did layer a thin piece of lace fabric. So that's something to consider. And if you would like to do that, which I love to do because it gives it a little bit of dimension, I would get some lace that you can see through, pretty much like this, so you can see right through it. And I may use some of this, I think, well, I will use some more of this, and I am almost out of this. I used this in my last junk journal I made, and it is so fabulous. I love this. So that's something to think about. I have some white lace over here, and I could tea stain it, but I can't right today because my kitchen is blocked off. But that's something else to consider too. But can you see, you can see through this, and it does make everything more muted underneath. I'm not going to use this today because to me, I still want to see the patterns underneath, and this might be a little too busy. But that's something to think about too when you're looking at your thrift stores for, you know, gauzy type of laces and stuff. You can find dresses, wedding dresses, oh, just all sorts of stuff. Okay, sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, let's see what else I got here. So we got to do the back side. I don't know. Sure, why not? Let's put that right there. See, that looks really pretty. Okay, what else? Let's do another piece of greeny up there on the corner. Looks good. And then maybe this over there. Okay. Cut out a little bit of this. So yeah, we are having some, we're having our baseboards, our trim, our windows and our doors all painted. And our whole house is wrapped in plastic because they were spraying the walls. Oh man, it's been quite a quite a long haul. They're on their second week, and you know, but this is self-imposed, and we're gonna love it when it's done. So just kind of have to go with it, right? And more crafting I can do, the better. So I'm okay with that. All right, so we're almost done with the first layer here. I'll just put a little, here's one that's already cut, and put a little pink guy right here. Looks good. I really like it just like this. And you don't have to put the lace overlay on the top either. But you know me, more is more. Okay, so I'm going to tack this down real quick and then go sew around all of the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down, and I'm just using Fabri-Tac along the edges here, just in some random spots. Make sure you don't get glue globs, but I'm just doing this so that pretty much the pattern that I got going on and the placement stays the same. So, all right, I am going to continue on with that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pieces of this fabric that's almost gone. Oh, I'm so bummed. I'm going to have to find some more. Find some more. You know, this was from that store that is has all the donated craft supplies. I know, right? I'm so excited. Oh, I love that place. Anyways, I got this there, and it was like, I don't know, a boatload of yardage. I don't know how much. I only have a little bit left, but it was like $3. So you just never know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece out to cover the front, a piece out to cover the back. I'm going to sew around the edges, and I am going to leave a little bit in the center for my spine, and I'm going to add a different fabric there. So hold on a second while I go sew all the way around the edges, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back, and I'll tell you what I did off camera. Like I said, I went around all of the edges, and I did a small zigzag stitch, and I'm using kind of a sage green thread. And I just went around the edges of the squares, and I didn't do all of them. I just wanted to, whoops, it's upside down. I just wanted to get it tacked down really well. And as you can see, you really can't tell where I stitched, but I kind of hold it up and see what areas are still sticking up, and then I'll add a stitch. And then along the spine I added some ribbon, as you can tell right here, on both sides. And then I thought, hey, I didn't use my material from that velvet shirt, so I cut a strip off the bottom and I just sewed it along the side. And like I said before, this is going to be my front, and this is going to be my back, and I use my book as the kind of the, you know, the template fold area. Now you can see that it is probably, I've got about an inch on each side that you know, is a little bit of an overhang. So depending on what I do with this journal cover, I can always cut off some of the edge or fold it under, which might be cool too. See, that looks really cool. Or fray the bottom or add some embellishments on it. But I like to keep bringing back my book just so that I can gauge where I'm at. And another thing too, as I tend to add a lot of width to my books so far as the spine, this spine here in the middle can really, you know, expand to whatever I want. So it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3 inches. It can be whatever I choose and whatever it ends up to be. So that's just the general outline here. And another thing that I was thinking, and let me bring out my previous one also. This back, to me, just this plain muslin is kind of, you know, I don't know. So I was going to either put another piece of fabric on the back, or what you could do, let me show you here, is if you wanted to make a hardcover, I have 2 pieces of corrugated cardboard. This is from a cardboard box and it's pretty dang sturdy. You could just glue it on there, and see, you can make a cover using that. So that would be more of a like a hardback hardcover. Or if you wanted a soft cover, like I said, you could add some lace on the inside. You can even add some batting underneath the lace to make it a little chunkier. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because like I said, this is just creating the journal cover, but there's all sorts of options. So I'm going to leave that for now. I was just going to bring that up to you guys. So let's go back to the front. Yay. Okay, so now from here, remember our inspirational piece. You never know. Look at this cute little strip I cut. I'm going to use that as the focal point. And like I said, my other one here, there is the front. Let me move this out of the way so we don't get confused here. So there is the focal point on that one. And the inside of this one, same kind of deal. I don't know what I'm going to line this with, or am I going to glue it onto a piece of corrugated cardboard or a cardboard box, or you could even use an old book and secure it that way, or use some more fabric and make it a soft cover. So anyways, there's my cute little inspiration piece. So let's work on this one. So it's all about the layering again. I don't want this to go all the way over. So what I'm going to do is just use 2 of these little guys, 2 squares. And the cool thing about this is once it's cut, it kind of frays. And I love that little fray action. Look at that. Oh, yay. Yay. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, so another thing that I did is I grabbed a bunch of random trim pieces. I have a box of trim that's just, you know, little bits and pieces, and I brought some out that I thought might go, and I'm going to just start layering here. Now this one, I can't tell which side is up here, but I think either side will work. I kind of like this because of the silver, so I think I'm going to use that as the right side up. I don't know. So I'm going to start putting some pieces together. I also grabbed some appliques that I cut out, and this is from a, this was a dress that I got at Goodwill, and it had all of these gorgeous flowers all over the top, and so I cut those all out. So let's just play around with this. Let's move this around. This is some lace trim that I dyed, and I used a some acrylic paint, and I wanted more of a red, but it came out this beautiful mauve-y pink, so I thought that was really pretty. So let's just do something here. Now if you remember, keep referring back to your book size here. So depending on how much I want to fold over, is where I'm going to end my little pieces here. And that's, you know, it's no big deal if you mess up. But I don't know. I don't know about this one yet. All right, let's see. So I'm just going to kind of try and center this on my book. So we're going to go with that. Okay, kind of in the center, right? Okay, so let's glue this down. Remember, it's all about the layering, guys. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac right there and put that guy in the center. Those little fuzzies out of there. And yeah, let's just put that there because it's pretty. Why not? Sure, why not? I'm going to tack this down too. And I don't know, I think I like this under that one, so we're going to go that way. There's a black fuzz, get that out of there. Okay, now what am I going to do? Oh yeah, this guy. That looks pretty. Let's glue him down. See, it was glued to something else, and I again, I got this at that place with all the donated craft supplies, so they have boxes and boxes of these little trim bits. And granted, I wish I had a whole lot of this trim, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? So I just go through there and I pick out ones that I like. And you never know what you're going to use it for. That's my motto. Okay, do I like that? Sure, why not? Now this one's pretty stiff, so I'm gonna have to get a lot of glue on this guy. Push that down. Okay, now we're gonna continue on with our layers here. So I get some of that fuzz out of there. Let's see, what else do I have in my stash? I don't know whether I'm going to use this or not. It is really pretty, but I'm not sure if it's too bright, because I do like a focal point, like my other one here. I do like a focal point in the center here, so I don't know. Let me think about this here for a minute. I also grabbed a brooch. That might work. This is another, oh, this is an earring. How cute is that? I'm gonna have to take the back off of that. Put the earring on there. That's pretty. Got a pin. That might work too. Let's see, we've also got some rose gold ribbon. Oh, I think I'm liking that. I don't know. Let's put it right there. Don't think too much. Okay. Love that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so fun, you guys. This is so fun. I also have in my vast stash of stuff, I am going to have to sew that down because it's kind of trying to stick up. I also have some little bits. I got this in some Happy Mail. How cute is this? This is just a scrunched up piece of fabric that was sewn together, and I really like the colors, so let's use that somewhere. I don't know. Let me see. Where's my pin? Am I liking the yellow? Or am I liking the earring? Where'd my earring go? You guys, stuff is flying everywhere here. I don't know. Heck if I know. There it is. That's really pretty. So maybe if that guy goes there, right? That looks pretty. All right, we're going with it here. Don't think too much. It's only fabric. It's not a big deal. Now this side here, the other side is white, so I want to get that glued down so that it doesn't flip over, because I don't care for the white on that guy. Am I in frame? I apologize if I get out of frame. Geez. One of these days I'll get that. Oh, so I just get on a roll. Okay, that looks really good. Now remember, building layers. Where's my earring? How come I keep losing my earring? I don't know. That looks really pretty too. There it is. What do you guys think of that? I think that looks really good. Okay, hold on. I got some of this too. Okay. Where did I get this? I don't know. I think at the Crafters Garage sale I went to a couple weeks ago. Look at that, how it offsets with the black. Okay. That looks so good, you guys. All right, cut that guy off. Oops. Hey, get off of there. Now, I think this looks great. What do you guys think? Ha ha! Yippee! I love it, love it, love it. So now what I'm going to do again is I'm going to sew around this, because like I said, this one, I want to make sure it's secure. And then I'll go around these two items and I'll be right back and I'll show you how, what the end result is. So hold on. All right, here we are. Here is my finished cover. Yay! I'm so excited, so excited. This never gets old. I'm telling you, the possibilities are endless. So what I've done here is I clipped on my antique pin here, and I wanted to show you guys these. Check these little dudes out. These, here, let me move this out of the way. These are shoe clips. Do you guys remember shoe clips? I wore shoe clips. Basically what they were, oh, excuse me, this wasn't a shoe. I apologize. This is a button cover or a clip. So basically what you do is you slip your button on your shirt in that little area and it goes on like that, and then you have this fancy button. Ha! But yes, shoe clips, they also have the same kind of thing. So I got confused. All right, but anyways, this came off of the back of this one, which is good because I don't want this anyways. So check it out. I am going to take this one off if I can get it off. If not, no big deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add that button cover to the journal right there. Yay! Or, I haven't decided yet, here's that earring that I took the back off, but I had to use E6000 to glue it back together because it was kind of falling apart. I might use that in addition, not sure yet. Or, get rid of that guy. Gotta have him glued, he's gotta stick together. Or I could also add some bling right here. This was off a homecoming dress, and I just cut it off. So, the things you can do, fabulous. But I'm leaning towards this just because I like how it's pulling the burgundy colors from the background. And I found a ribbon in my stash, And then, like I said, I have extra here. So what I'll probably do with this journal cover is cut that off on the side and use it as, you know, a side tuck or a belly band or something along those lines. Or you can even make a tag out of it. And I am going to tie this around the center of the journal. I'm just doing this real quick just to give you guys an idea here. It's kind of wonky, but get the bow, you get the bow idea, right? So basically, there is my journal cover, all inspired by, ta-da, this funny vest. Oh my gosh, don't you love that? So from this to this, and let me bring my other one out, to this, all inspired by this. So you have to ask yourself, what can I create with that? If you see something that you like that catches your eye, don't discount it because it's out of style or it's weird or, you know, I don't know what. You never know what you're going to find. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I wanted to tell you who inspired me on this particular video, or I should say this whole setup. I don't know if you guys have checked out Moonside Parlour. She has the most gorgeous journals, and I'm always inspired by her work, and also Luna Rozu, and her name is Sheena. She also does great journals, and they're all so layered and so embellished, just absolutely beautiful. So I'll put links to those two lovely ladies at the bottom, and hopefully this inspires you to go out, look at craft stores and thrift shops, not craft stores, excuse me, thrift shops, flea markets, secondhand, consignment, wherever, you know, they have vintage discarded items, because you never know what you're going to find. And I'm so happy with how these turned out, you guys. I have more journals to make. So until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye.